Hello everyone and welcome back to Nate the Hoof Guy. Today's video we're looking at this foot right here. You can see we've got an issue. That, accompanied with this heel bulb separation up above, can mean only one thing. We're going to have a double sole to deal with. So let's get right into the action. So you might be asking yourself, what causes a double sole or a false sole to form in the first place? Well, whenever a cow's foot has some type of trauma to it, whether it be a sole ulcer, whether it be a white line defect, or maybe a puncture, or anything like that, and you get area of infected corium, the natural response of the cow to try to heal that up is to go through a period of horn growth cessation. Basically, that horn will stop growing for a short amount of time. And what that does is when it starts to grow again, there will be a differentiation between those layers of hoof horn. So basically that outer layer will start to lift away from that corium slightly. And that gives a little bit of space for that lesion to try to heal up inside there, underneath there. And now what we do, you can see in this case, you can see right there, that's the white line defect that ultimately caused this disruption underneath that horn. But what we do as trimmers is we speed this process up. What would happen in nature is over time, this loose or this false sole would shed away and she would regrow a new horn and this would heal itself. But it would take much longer than if we were to intervene as we are here. We're going to remove this loose horn, and that's going to allow free space, lots of open room for that lesion to heal without any worries of abrasion from that false sole or from debris getting packed in up inside there. We take care of all that by removing that loose horn, and that speeds up this process, the natural process that the cow is already trying to go through. So it's really just a matter of identifying where the disrupted corium is going to be and then removing the loose horn from around that. And we can follow the areas that are already separated. We can see right in that white line area where that crack is in that white line. We know that it's going to be up above that. So I'm just going to pare away. In a minute here, you get a good close-up view and see what that disturbed corium looks like. And then we're going to show you after 25 days of healing what it looks like after it's healed up. As you watch me work here too, you'll be able to see how much softer that sole area is compared to that outside wall when I'm trimming away at it. Much harder to cut through that outside wall, and that's because it's got some structural components built into it that help transfer the weight from the cow to the ground and to ultimately to the sole is from that outside wall. It needs to be stronger, and that's what makes it more difficult to cut. And this is the disturbed corium I was talking about earlier. This is the area we need to get rested. The way we're going to do that, yes, we are going to glue a rubber block to that other claw, the good sound claw. And that's going to take all the weight off of this area. If we didn't do that, what would happen is, we've shown this in other videos, but when a cow takes her step, the first point of contact of that foot on the back foot is that outside claw. This claw that's got the problem with it. Not only that, but she strikes the ground with her heel. This area would be completely vulnerable if we didn't put a block on that. So that's what this is going to do. We're going to put that block on that. Now when she takes her step, that's what's going to make contact with the ground, and it's going to protect this entire area and give it time to thicken up and heal. What I got to do now is get this area cleaned up really well. There's a little bit of area that could possibly be have some digital dermatitis on it, so I'm going to clean that up really well. If I don't do that, if this were to get infected, that would stay open, and that would slow the healing once again. I don't want to have anything to inhibit the formation of new horn here. I want this nice and clean so that it can start to produce horn again and fill this entire area right back in. And the final step to ensure the digital dermatitis doesn't infect this is to give it a salicylic acid wrap. Don't go anywhere. We're not done yet. We're going to check back on this foot after 25 days. And here we are. Well, 3.5 weeks later, you can see this area is filled in quite nicely. Nice firm horn, no openness left to this whatsoever. Those preventative steps kept that digital dermatitis at bay. Here's where it was 25 days ago and where we are right now. This block could probably come off right now, but I'm going to leave it on just to be safe, and we'll take it off on our next visit. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you all on the next one.